Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to the Akim Opportunities videos. So I just want to go over this article real quick because, as you can see, as the title reads, it says at least 32 killed as first suicide bombing in nearly 2 years rocks Baghdad. So the title pretty much says that over there in Iraq, it's been pretty much so-called peace and quiet. Not a lot of stuff has been going on. But now we got a new president, in America, and then things started popping off again. So I'm just gonna read just real quick on what happened. This is twin suicide bombs rocked a busy market in central Baghdad on Thursday morning, killing at least 32 people and injuring 110 others, according to officials and state media. Security forces say that they pursued the two attackers before they blew themselves up. It was the first suicide attack to strike Baghdad in nearly 2 years. As I wanted to speak about this because it pertains to prophecy in World War III. Because these little conflicts that are happening here and there, it's going to accumulate to the point where it's going to draw out America, Babylon, and all these EU nations, to pretty much, duke it out in the Middle East. And that's one of the prophecies that we're looking for as well, is because all these things are going to be happening. It's going to have all those people, round about at the Valley of Yehoshaphat. So I'll read the rest of this article. It's not that much to read. Because it's a little fishy. It says the first bomber entered the marketplace and, pretending to be sick, asked for help, causing people to gather around him before he blew himself up, according to officials and state media. The second bomber then drove to the scene as a motorbike. He drove to the scene on a motorbike before detonating his explosive vest. I don't know for sure if it is some malarkey going on. But now that we got a new president, people are just gonna forget about so-called Mexicans in cages, what have you. So it leaves me to think that there might be more going on behind the scenes. But ultimately, I'm here to tell you that this is going to add to, the prophecy of World War III. Because like I said, all these people are pretty much gonna be up on their necks with all these conflicts. It's just gonna keep piling on, and to the point where the beast, the NATO and the EU, they're gonna go against the whole Babylon. And so this the prophecy, in Matthew 24:6, it says, "And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet." So with all these prophecies, happening, back to back, one of the main ones that we're looking for is World War III. So I got two chapters pretty much. I got to read here in the book of Joel, and pretty much the whole first chapter of Zephaniah. Because this is a prophecy that we're looking for. Not only are we looking for like all these pestilences that are happening, the internal conflicts that are happening in America. We're also looking for outward affairs. So I forget the word, international affairs. Because all those things are going to lead up to World War III, and Yahweh Shai coming in the midst of all that. And then because World War III has, they say, that I think it was Albert Einstein. He said, he doesn't know what World War III is going to be fought with, but World War IV is going to be fought with sticks and stones. Insinuating that World War III is going to be the war to end all wars, because it's going to be using thermonuclear missiles. So this is Joel 3 verse 9. It says, "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." So with all these other heathen nations, like North Korea, Iran, so forth and so forth, they all have the nuclear capabilities. They all have pretty much means to keep up in a fight with NATO and the EU and even America, in terms of war fighting. They all got tanks now. They all got means to protect themselves from mortars, so forth and so forth. I'm not going to get into the intricacies of it, because I know that America was selling Iraq a lot of these tanks, and then Russia was supplying North Korea and China with their arms. So it's pretty much going to be leading up to World War III. All these heathen nations pretty much have stopped using their resources for shovels and plowshares, and they've wasted all their time getting ready for World War III, that great day of judgment. So continue on, verse 11 says, "Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat," which is Yahweh in Hebrew, and that's over there in the Middle East. So it's pretty much letting you know where this final fight's gonna happen. It's ultimately it's gonna happen all around the world. World War III, even here in America. In some places, in Europe maybe. I can't tell you for an exact points on where it's gonna be like a battlefield, but here in the scriptures it says it's gonna happen in the valley of Yehoshaphat. And if you keep up with the news, you can see how everyone's gonna go to the valley of Yehoshaphat, for that war that's pretty much brewing right now. So continue on, it says, "For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for the wickedness is great." Like it says in the book of Second Ezra, in chapter 15, for wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the earth. So that's why these things are happening. These things have to come to pass. So ultimately, it goes into prophecy too that these things have to come to pass. But the end is not yet. But continuing on verse 14, it says, "Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near in the valley of decision." And so the day of the Lord is pretty much the day when the Heavenly Father Yahweh sends His Son Yahweh Shai, back down here, not only to deliver the elect, but to also destroy these nations round about and subdue Esau Edom and put him into slavery. He that leads into captivity shall go into captivity. And this is how it's gonna go down. Like in Isaiah 63, it paints you a really nice picture of what Yahweh Shai is gonna do when he gets down here. Is he's going to come down here because the harvest is plenty. He's gonna come down with a scythe pretty much and subdue anybody in his way. And the elect, they're not gonna be in his way, because as all this is happening, when the nukes go off, the chariots are gonna be delivering the elect, the hopeful elect, the 144,000, Israelites. So this is a good thing. This is good news, because pretty much only the wicked is going to see that judgment, that terror that Yahweh Shai is going to bring. All right, so continue on. Already verse 15, it says, "The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. The Lord also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Lord will be the hope of his people, and the strength of the children of Israel." So going into how this World War III is going to be, finished off with thermonuclear missiles. And verse 17 says, "So shall you know that I am the Lord your power, Yahweh, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her any more." Going into, after the deliverance, we're going to receive those spiritual bodies, with the heart of flesh, so they will never sin, meaning that the heathens will never have the ability to, topple us or take us down. So this is all, pursuing to prophecy here in Joel 3 verse 9, going on down, about World War III. All these things must come to pass. And real quick, because you could read, the whole book of Zephaniah, but I'm going to try to just skip to the point. In Zephaniah 1, and I'll just start at verse 2, it says, "I will utterly consume all things from off the land, saith the Lord. I will consume man and beast. I will consume the fowls of the heaven, and the fishes of the sea, and the stumbling blocks with the wicked. And I will cut off man from off the land, saith the Lord. I will also stretch out mine hand upon Judah, and upon all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and I will cut off the remnant of Baal from this place, and the names of the Chemarims with the priests." So it's going into, any wicked Israelite that's not deemed for salvation, even they're going to get the wrath of Yahweh Shai. So the only people who aren't going to get that wrath are going to be the hopeful elect. But continue on verse 5, it says, "And them that worship the host of heaven upon the housetops, and them that worship and that swear by the Lord, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shai, and that swear by Malcolm, and them that are turned back from the Lord, and those that have not sought the Lord nor inquired for him, hold thy peace at the presence of the Lord Yahweh. For the day of the Lord is at hand, for the Lord hath prepared a sacrifice. He hath bid his guests. So that sacrifice is going into what's going to happen here in Basra, Babylon. It's going to be thermonuclear missiles. So Apostle Har, he says that America is pretty much an altar. And the Heavenly Father, he's preparing that sacrifice because Babylon is going to go down with thermonuclear missiles. And before the thermonuclear missiles, it's going to be World War III that initiates those thermonuclear missiles. And then before that, we're going to see the implementation of the mark of the beast. These are all prophecies that we're looking for. And just a little thing right here, because me personally, I think it's a little fishy that this happened right as soon as President-elect Joe Biden became president. He's in office, and there's already trouble in the Middle East. Just get ready, because this is the year of hastening. We're going to see these prophecies hasten. So one of the prophecies they're going to hasten is the World War III prophecy. Because as you can see, there's going to be more and more turmoil over there, that there's going to be more and more troops sent over there. And Joe Biden, he already, I think he already made it so that transgender troops can be enlisted in the military. Because they're gonna have to put a lot of people over there to work. At the Valley of Decision. So that's the end of this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash, and Shalom Akim.